good afternoon. It is afternoon out here in Chandni Chowk in Delhi. And it's Sunday. It's 2 minutes past 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The sky is reasonably blue, which is surprising for Delhi in the season. And the market is reasonably crowded. And, it used to be quite dead many years ago. But now, thanks to the metro and the connectivity, people have started to travel. They start to come to places like Chandni Chowk and Connaught Place just for an outing. Sometimes they just go shopping and they eat street food. So there's a family right across from me, and there are these three stone. There are these stone stool-like things, if you want to call them that. On the highway, we call them milestones. So this family, they've all got their chola bhatura. Father, daughter, mother, and I don't know, maybe the aunt as well. Sitting on their individual stones, eating their chola bhatura. So, what's the story? The story is a family out for a Sunday afternoon, eating their chola bhatura on the streets, completely oblivious of the traffic. And they were also quite oblivious of me, sitting and taking their pictures. So I'm here with a group of students, and I had actually asked the students to spend some time looking around before they whip their cameras out and start taking pictures, because that's one of the best things that you can do. Especially, whichever genre of photography. Now, in street photography, you need to sometimes sit, walk, move, keep an eye out for what's happening, what's the action, what's the story, how do you isolate action that's taking place. And the sight of these three people just sitting there, sharing their family stories or gossip, maybe tales about their shop. The father is at the back, he's focused on his food, he's not interested in what they're talking about. He did cast a suspicious eye at me. Maybe he thought I was a bit of a lecher, but I'm not a lecher, but that's just the way that it is. And I mentioned it before, street photography has changed. So it's something that you need to be cognizant of. Street photography has changed. It's people are more suspicious. They're more wary of police harassment. And because the main Chandni Chowk, the last government had tried to convert it into a walking street with limited success. But they did a bit of renovation work, which is nice, and it gives people a public space to sit and eat the lunch in public. And they've also paved the road, which is good, so the dust has reduced, giving people more, more freedom to sit and eat without worrying about dust kind of clogging their lungs. There are a couple of shops here. There's a shop called Ghantewala. It's a street shop, so if you want to get diabetes, go across to Ghantewala. He's renovated the shop and the board, but he claims that the shop started in 1790. There are a few such shops and places in Chandni Chowk, which are, like Ghantewala's now 235 years old. And that's old, huh? There's another shop behind me which started in 1890. So also about 135 years old. So there is longevity here. Architecturally, you will find old Mughal architecture interspersed with British colonial structures, and some more absolutely ugly Indian construction, which is a tragedy. We really need to improve our sense of aesthetic and design, but maybe we'll do that someday. There are the obligatory foreigners here, people who walk around and take pictures of exotic brown skinned Indians like us. And yeah, to some extent, the old habit of looking at people as exotic species caged in a zoo have not gone. So, notes from the field. One more episode ending, and it's noisy as hell. We absolutely love to use the horns on our vehicles. Noisy as hell, and well, this episode of Notes from the Field from me, Rajiv Chopra at the Dusty Mike Chronicles, saying goodbye and see you next time. Bye.